Hello everybody and welcome back again to Let's Play Assassin's Creed Odyssey. We are still here in the caldera of Thera, but we're going to leave again because there isn't really anything else for us to do here. We spoke to our father and as you can see there's no other landmarks on the island. I actually did a bit of exploration anyway because I wanted to see how the rest of this active volcano looks like. And well, it looks like what you would expect from an active volcano. It's a lot of dark grey stone, ash and sulfur. It looks pretty impressive and you can find a lot of metal ore if you need some, but it doesn't seem that there's anything going on. So we're going to leave again. And I've been thinking about what I want to do next. I mean, we could go and meet our mother and continue with our main mission. But it's not been that long that we have done something for that mission, so I would like to do something different today. First of all, I will return to Athens, because I still have the quest for Alkibiadis waiting for me here, and I think I have to turn in the other quest that I did for Demosthenes. And then I would like to move into Boeotia, I don't know how it's pronounced, because that's where the first artifact is. And I would like to check out at least one of these artifacts quests before I continue with the main mission, just to see how they work and what this is all about. I mean, maybe it's just a glorified fetch quest, maybe it has a bit more substance. If it's just a glorified fetch quest, I may consider doing them off camera and just, you know, collecting the different artifacts and then return them to Atlantis. But yeah, I guess I'm just going to fast travel right into Athens. I hope the plague is gone now. I hope everyone has herd immunity now. So let's just fast travel right to the Statue of Athena and let's see how Athens is looking at the moment. Alright, I mean, this doesn't look bad. The desaturation is over apparently. So I'm guessing the plague is gone. Anyway, we can talk to Demosthenes right away. Let's start with that.
Do you have the seals for me?
I do.
More seals and more proof what we're doing is working. Thankfully, there are at least some people in power willing to listen to me.
I'll leave the politics to you.
As it should be. And I have more work for you, assuming you're up for it.
Yeah, I wouldn't really say that Cassandra has much power here now that Cleon is in charge. But sure, I guess I'm going to continue to help you. I mean, I will have to take down more Spartan polemarchs at some point anyway. At least I assume he wants more of these seals.
I'm always interested in more work.
I was worried about employing a mercenary, but you've been a pleasant surprise.
Yes. That's what they all call me. A pleasant surprise.
I suspect if they call you anything offensive, they don't live long.
Couldn't say.
At least I have you working with me, instead of getting in my way.
Other generals giving you trouble?
They refuse to acknowledge I know what I'm doing. But it doesn't matter. I'll get the job done, and eventually all of Athens will know it. Are you ready for more work?
I think what you mean to say is that I'll get the job done, right? But yeah, I have to get more seals, so sure, I'll do it.
I'll get you your seals.
Thank you.
First, I have some questions.
I do? Okay, well, apparently I do. Who do you admire? What do you see in your future? Why are you always here? Those are some good questions, I suppose. Why are you always here, right? Always praying to Athena, I suppose.
Why is it I always find you here?
Athena is the goddess of wisdom and war. What better place for a general to ask for blessings?
You don't seem very devout to me.
I'm not the first general in my family. My father was as well, and his father before him.
You would have learned military thinking from a young age.
Exactly. My grandfather brought me here when I was a child. He stood me here and told me Athena was our patron. That we must always offer her our respect on the eve of war.
He sounds like a wise man.
He was. He died in battle the next day.
Great.
Come here to remember him.
And to remember that though the gods may be our patrons, they will not always protect us.
That's probably the right way to think about it. Okay, so who do you admire?
Who does a general like you look up to?
You know who was a true hero?
I'm guessing you're about to tell me.
Odysseus. He used his wits to triumph. Wily Odysseus, they call him. Without him, the Trojan War would have been lost. And the other generals understood that.
Okay, so you would like to be a new Odysseus, I see. And yeah, what do you see in your future?
What do you think your future holds?
Victory or death. You don't stay a general for long if you don't win battles.
I suppose many generals die on the field.
Not the majority. The Athenian people are the greatest threat to a general's life. If you displease them, they'll remove you from office, ostracize you, or even condemn you to death.
And you want this job?
There is no greater purpose than the glory of Athens. It's my duty and my honor.
Yeah, there have been a few Athenian generals and war heroes who have been exiled, and very often they went to Persia when that happened, because they would always give them, like, asylum. After the Persians failed to conquer Greece, they kinda fell back to a divide and conquer strategy by using the different powers in Greece against each other. So that's why they always took in all those exiles. But yeah, I think I have all I need, so
I know
I'm going
enough.
to move on. Okay, this one is complete, but we got a new one, which I will do later. And I leveled up again. Anyway, now it's time to talk to Alkibiadis. Apparently he has survived the plague, I'm glad. So let's go and talk to him. Alright, what's going on here? I see a party. Oh, it's a tavern, of course. That's where he would hang out. So, how are you doing? What kind of shady business do you want me to do today?
You have the habit of appearing the moment I need you. What a power I may wield.
Is there ever a time you don't need me?
Good point.
The drunk politician you had me take home? We ran into a bit of trouble.
Right.
That's terrible. I'm glad to see you're okay.
Yes. Thankfully, we both made it out alive.
Oh, I see. Thank you for telling me.
You seem disappointed.
I'm just impressed you were able to save the both of you.
You said you needed something?
Ah, to business already? Fine. It's simple, really. There's an item that holds great sentimental value I'd like you to retrieve.
I see. But you know what? If you wanted that politician dead, maybe you should have hired someone less competent to take him home. I mean, if you hire Mystius to take someone home you want dead and then, I don't know, organize an ambush, that's kind of what you should expect to happen, that, you know, the Mystius is going to defend the politician, right? That's poor planning on your part, Alkibiadis. But okay, so I guess I'll try to get that item for you.
What do I need to find?
It's an Illoises. If you saw it on the ground, even you wouldn't bend over to pick it up. But it means so much to me. To hold it again would mean more than you know.
Okay, well, can you tell me more about that item? You're so sentimental, you're being dramatic. Both of it, actually.
I never took you for someone who cared for sentimental things.
I'm so much more than my beautiful face and flowing blonde locks.
Like what?
Well, let's see. People forget I'm an orphan, that Pericles isn't my father.
I know what it's like to lose family, too.
We have that in common. There's more to you than I thought, Miss Theos. Now, where were we?
I'm supposed to get you some item. Why can't you get the Olympus yourself? What's so special about it? Where do you get your stamina? That seems very non sequitur. But okay, let's ask all the questions.
You're a big boy. Get it yourself.
I sure am. But there's a small chance the woman who has it won't exactly be happy to see me again.
Oh, what a surprise. So what is so special about it?
There has to be a story behind this thing.
When you see the Illoises, You'll know when you have it in your hands, against your skin, when you feel the weight of it. You'll know.
Well, you just said that it's like nothing special and I wouldn't bend over to pick it up. And now you say that once I hold it, I understand why it's so special. Make up your mind and stick to a story, Allie. But yeah, where do you get your stamina? That is a very important question.
Every time we talk, it seems like you're about to sleep with someone. Or want to. Or you've just finished. Is this woman the most recent one?
Who said I slept with her?
It was a safe guess. How do you find time for anything else?
Determination, mostly. There's a closeness you can only feel with someone in those moments. Who wouldn't crave that?
Well, I guess it's better than spending your time being a cultist, for example. So I don't judge. And yeah, I guess I'll go and get your weird item.
I'll get the Illoises for you.
There's a small chance the woman may wish to keep it for herself, to spite me. It may be best to go unseen and hurry back. She lives east of here.
Don't worry. You'll have it in your hand soon.
So basically I have to steal it for you. Rock hard. Even the name of the quest is like a double entendre. Anyway, it's apparently not that far away if my quest marker is correct. Okay, it's basically the building right over here. There are a few guards, but not a lot of them as far as I can tell. Of course, one of them is like looking at the item directly, so I'll have to do something about that. Right. Let's see.
The watch will be vigilant here.
I mean, I may want to take down all of the guards while I'm at it. Let's start maybe with the one over here. Can just knock out this guy directly.
Take your fate in your own hands. Sail aboard my ship with me.
And up we go again. Someone actually may have noticed that. Oh, now this guy's over here. Okay. I guess that works in my favor.
Today's the day you earn your freedom. Join my crew and sail with us.
Nice. So, that's just one guard left. And a bunch of civilians. I mean, civilians sometimes can be pretty troublesome too. I've had civilians attack me when they saw like a crime happening. So maybe I should make sure this guard is knocked out as well. Might be able to just lure him over here. Why don't you try to find out?
What?
Alright.
Accept my payment and work for me.
Alright, I think I dealt with all the guards now, which means I can steal the item. Of course, some of the people might notice, so this will probably still give me a bounty at least.
It's made out of stone. I guess that could work.
Okay, that actually worked out pretty well. I did get a bounty, but not a very high one. Let's just pay it off. And let's return to Alkibiadis. Also, do I actually have this item in my inventory now? What exactly is it? Personal Olympus. This stone Olympus looks like it's gotten a lot of use. I have no idea what that is supposed to be. Okay. Well, maybe he will explain once we return it to him. Alright. I'm back. Let's talk.
Ah, That's it in your hand. You brought it. It's different than I remember it looking. And much bigger, too. She's going to miss it.
This was never yours, was it? You had me steal it.
Of course it
We
is.
didn't just steal an Illoises. We stole a family heirloom and a husband's confidence. Without it, he'll be focused on his wife instead of his business. I think she'll enjoy the change of pace.
Okay. So, what exactly does it do? I still don't understand what exactly an Illoises is. You're clever, I don't like liars. Well, come on, Cassandra. You clearly must have known that this wasn't his and that you were stealing it. I mean, you know Akibiadis at this point, right? So you played along with it, so you can't really be complaining now.
So it is sentimental. Just not to you.
The only thing that matters is you retrieved the Illoises and helped me a great deal.
What about me?
Now, we wash each other's backs, don't we? There's a reason you never turn me down, after all. How about I show you how these Illoises can make all the difference?
Well, I mean, sure. I guess it's something sexual. I mean, of course, it's something sexual. Don't forget who we're talking to here. Maybe some sex toy or ancient Viagra or something. So, yeah, sure. I guess we can give it a try.
You know you've made me curious. Let's try it out.
I knew you'd be open to it.
Oh, that was
Well,
something.
apparently
It's
Cassandra is
different,
impressed.
but you'll get used to it.
I hope you're right.
I'm even more confused now. Oh, he gave me his gauntlets. But they don't seem to be very good gauntlets, so I will probably just sell them. But okay, we finished this task and had a little reunion with Alkibiadis. Let's see. He has yet another quest for me. Of course he has. So I guess I'm just going to follow up on this. Crossing across the border. Is he about to leave Athens? Let's find out. Well, he might be leaving the city, or someone else might be leaving the city, and he wants me to help them. I mean, look at these people. So, what's going on?
A power I wield indeed. I told you last time I thought I could summon you when needed. And it has happened yet again.
It
And
has.
for what this time?
My friend here needs to be taken to the sanctuary of Illoises, near the border of Mecharis. He'll finish the trek across the border on his own.
Stop using your power. Let me guess another lie. A friend of yours is a friend of mine. Well, I guess it's the power of quest marker, right?
If you have the power to make me come when you want, stop using it.
Oh, No, that's too easy. Anyways, the power doesn't work every time, sadly. You weren't in my bed last night, no matter how many times I thought of you.
I'm pretty sure I
Let's get
was,
to it.
actually.
I'm just supposed to take your friend across the border.
Yes.
Nothing else?
Carefully, if you can. Avoid roads, people, be invisible. My friend must be kept safe.
Okay, so I have to take your friend to the sanctuary, and I have to stay hidden. Okay, I guess I'll do it, although I wonder what exactly your friend has done that he has to get away from here.
I'll make sure he's safe.
I'd hoped you'd say that.
So, why do we need to go unseen? That's a good question.
Every time you ask me to do something secretly, someone dies. What is it this time?
Not everyone was born with your beautiful muscles built for, well, everything. Some of us work better by avoiding fights. This time, that's all I ask.
Okay, fair enough. And why does your friend need me?
There are lots of safe passages through these parts. Tell your friend to go alone.
He could, but imagine if something happened and you saved him. Imagine the things I'd do to show my gratitude.
And why do you always turn to me?
You've proven yourself worthy. Plus, I like watching you walk away.
Okay. Who could resist such an offer? But why does your friend hide his face? That's another question I would like to ask.
We should be on our way.
He needs to get to the sanctuary of Illoises. It isn't far, although it may take you longer than usual.
It won't be a problem.
I'm glad we aren't going by sea.
I think this might actually be a woman. Well, I guess we'll find out. Let's stay away from this camp over here.
He said you're blessed by the gods.
I'm just very competent.
Let's go.
But you know, if you want to be unseen, maybe using horses is not the best idea. But okay, I guess I'm just going to do whatever she is doing. I'm still waiting for the catch here. There's probably going to be some kind of attack or something else unforeseen. I'm guessing this over here is the temple. I have been there already when I did my, exploration of this entire place. So I haven't looked around all that much. Okay, here we go. I knew there was going to be some kind of catch to this. And yeah, I should probably go for a lethal assault here to make sure that they don't kill our friend before I manage to overpower them.
This is where you die.
Right. Ambush is killed. Are you okay? Looks a little bit hurt. Hope we will make it to the temple. Alright, we found some horses again and are continuing our journey. Okay, apparently
That's better.
we reached
I
our
was starting to
destination.
get sweaty under that hood.
You're a woman.
Yes, of course.
Nice of you to know.
Alkibiadis said...
Exactly what I told him to. It was safer that way. I owe Alkibiadis a lot for his help, and for trusting you with my life as well.
Okay, so why the secrecy?
Enough lies. Tell me what's happening.
I said I was a man, so nobody would recognize me. I needed to escape my husband unseen.
And you trusted Alkibiadis?
No one escapes my husband. He'd find me. It's been tough. I'm not sure I
see.
would have lasted much longer.
But you trusted Akibiadis.
So let me guess. Alkibiadis owed you a favor? Or now has some scheme where you owe him?
I'm not sure what you mean. He didn't ask anything of me, and I've never known him to do so. I know many people he's helped at the expense of nobody but himself.
Well, that's good to know. I mean, I'm doing a lot of stuff for him, so it's good to know that he's also willing to do stuff for other people without ulterior motive. So yeah, I guess you're welcome.
I'm glad I could help.
Please give Alkibiadis my thanks. I only wish I had more to offer him. And you, for the help. I'll never forget either of you.
Okay, there we go. Apparently Alkibiadis actually did something not shady for a change, but something good. I like that. Also, apparently I got some bounty for killing the attackers. This wasn't murder. This was clearly self-defense. But whatever. Happily ever after. Okay, this sounds like it might be the final quest in this quest chain for Alkibiades. So, let's see where I have to go for that. I mean, it's like very close by, is it not? Okay, let's have a look at it. Oh, there's actually some
I should stay hidden if I don't
restricted
want to.
zones over here. Let's try to stay out of them. But yeah, this is quite the impressive temple over here as well. The Sanctuary of Illoises, home of the Eleusinian Mysteries, which is basically a cult of Demeter and Persephone. And apparently Akibiadis came here to pay his respects to the goddesses, huh?
The sun and moon combined could not grant the beauty that my bride-to-be was gifted. If the gods blessed me, they did so with one eye closed. But their eyes were wide open for her.
What are you talking about? Stop, you never talk about me that way. You have a way with words. I mean, he has some pretty flattering words for Cassandra, usually, so I wouldn't say that. Yes, you clearly have a way with words.
I'm impressed. If I only heard the words, I'd swear you were a poet.
My words are nowhere near what she deserves.
So, you're in love.
Yes, the wedding nears, and there is so much to be done.
Okay, so you're going to get married. Congratulations, I suppose. Tell me what you need. It's great that Cassandra automatically assumes he wants something from me. I have to do something for him. This is not just like a normal meeting. Okay, so what do you need?
If you need help, I'm here for you.
Accepting before knowing what I ask of you? That's a rare surprise. I do still need a few things. Food for an offering, a ring, and some flowers. If you could bring them to my bride, Iris, she'll make use of them.
Okay, well, that sounds easy enough. I'm sure there's a catch to it, as always. So why haven't I heard of her before?
I've known you for a while now, but you've never mentioned Iris.
There's plenty I haven't mentioned. I'm sure you could say the same to me.
That's true. So what is so special about her?
So what is it about Iris that turns you into, well, what I saw?
You're not jealous, are you? Don't worry. She's very open. I
Okay.
suppose that's one of my favorite things about her. The openness.
So you will continue to sleep with everyone else even once you're married. I see. So yeah, I guess I'll get those items for you.
So, flowers, a ring, and food. Where can I find Iris?
She should be at the altar of love. Aptly named, don't you think? Oh, and don't be too taken by her beauty.
I think this would be a nice enough offering.
Okay, let's have a look at this. Get a bouquet, food, and a wedding ring at the altar of love. Well, apparently I already have one of the items for some reason. The altar of love is located in Attica. The altar of love can be found in the northwestern part of the sieged plains. Okay, but where do I find the items? I mean, that's the bigger question at this point. Food, wedding ring. I mean, food is very vague. That could be anything. Any kind of food will do. I'm actually not sure. So what exactly is the item that I already got? And what are the ones that I still need? I'm slightly confused. Let me have a look at the quest in my journal if that gives me any more information. Not really. Not really. No information whatsoever. So am I just supposed to find them by accident? Let me have a look at my inventory. Maybe that gives me some information. I mean, I have a bunch of food, as you can see, so that shouldn't be a problem. I have some flowers, so again, doesn't seem to be a problem. I do have a ring, but I guess it's not the kind of ring that they want. Also, you would expect quest items to show up in this selection of fine food. This wide array of food is worthy of the gods. And I honestly don't remember where I got it. It must have been a while ago if it's like in here, because usually new items turn up down here. Oh yeah, by the way, I almost forgot to mention that. I actually played a little bit off camera because I noticed that I had a quest in my quest journal that was like all the way down here, listed under other quests, and that was actually one of the tasks we were supposed to do in Argolis. You know, when we had to talk to 3 priests about Cassandra's mother, and then I talked to one of them and I got the information that I needed, and the quest was finished, so I just left. But I still had like one of these quests open apparently, because I was supposed to meet one of the priests near the tree here. And apparently that quest just vanished out of the normal quest journal and suddenly popped up all the way at the bottom. So I actually finished that quest, and that's why I have that Spartan baby blanket in my inventory, because he gave it to me. So I could still continue that quest even though I already had the information that I needed. But yeah, apparently I found this item somewhere. So I still need the ring and some flowers. I mean, I guess I can go and talk to her and maybe she will tell me what exactly she wants for this. The Altar of Love. Let's try to find it. It's located in Attica. The Altar of Love can be found in the northwestern sieged plains. Yeah, I have been there already. It's like a fort, or it's at least like guarded by soldiers apparently. And I guess I only picked up the Ostraka and didn't care about the rest. But yeah, I guess I will check out that place and see if it gives me any information on where to find these items. Alright, apparently this is our destination.
Here it is.
Oh, I see. These are the items I'm supposed to take. So, I guess I may have taken the food when I stole the Ostraka. I remember that the Ostraka was like, I think on this little altar over here. So I guess I just accidentally stole the food as well. And that's why I have it already. Okay, so basically it's more items I have to steal. Because apparently I can't just take like any old flowers or just take any old ring and give it to Akibiadis. It's gotta be the one that comes from this place. Okay. Let's see what we can do here. I mean, it looks like the flowers are actually like right over here.
These flowers should be good enough for the wedding.
Okay. That was easy enough. Now what about... I mean, that is in plain sight of everyone. Someone is already getting suspicious. I don't have a lot of cover on this roof. But I mean, I may want to try to lure them out of the courtyard. So if they get a little bit suspicious and start looking around, it's probably not such a bad idea. Maybe I can cause some other kind of distraction to lure them out of here. Let's see. I mean, I can have Icarus harass some of them, right? Maybe if I do that, they will try to help that person and leave the building? I've never really tried the harassment function. I don't know. Let's just try to use it on someone. I don't know, maybe this guy. Yeah, but it's not really making them leave this place. So I may have to actually take them all down. I mean, what other way is there to properly deal with them? Maybe if I make enough noise over here, they will actually leave. Well, they kind of do. Well, they kind of do. Well, this wasn't such a bad idea.
Hopefully,
alright, I got the ring. Now let's get out of here. Oh boy. I mean, it worked well enough, I guess. Let's just make a run for it now. The things that I do for this guy. I hope you're going to be happy. Alright, now I have to meet the wife, and apparently she's over here. Well, at least this part of this place is not restricted, so I can just talk to her.
Let me guess. Alkibiadis sent you.
He did. How did you know?
He has a skill for making others do things he doesn't want to.
Indeed.
On top of that, he prefers if those people are attractive. He's so predictable. It's what made this whole thing so easy.
Oh, you don't actually want to marry him, huh? You're just tricking him. Yeah, you're using him. You're surprisingly open about it. Well, I mean, Akibiadis did say that she's very open. So, I guess he wasn't lying about that.
It almost sounds like you're using him. What has been easy?
Making him fall in love with me, of course. Please, Alkibiadis is not the man you marry for love.
Then why are you marrying him?
Alkibiadis has a true chance of ruling one day. Well, he'll be the face, but I'll be the one truly leading. The Aspasia to his Pericles.
I see. You're a terrible person, you're a clever one. I mean, this is not mutually exclusive. Well, I guess it is kind of clever.
I'm impressed. I didn't think Alkibiadis would ever be on the receiving end of something like this.
He's used to being on the receiving end.
Well, you definitely have something in common.
I'll pretend that was a compliment.
And what if I tell Alkibiadis all of this?
Why would you? You've seen him, he's happy, and I'll make sure he stays that way. There's nothing wrong with me getting something in return, but it's your choice. Thanks for helping with the wedding.
I don't know. I think Alkibiadis can handle her. I mean, he might even be aware that this is what her plan is. So, honestly, I see no problem in telling him about it. And in the end, it's his decision. If he still wants to marry her, then, you know, that's fine with me. It's not like I have to save him from anything. He's a big boy, right?
It's all done.
Wonderful. So, what did you think about Iris?
She's great, you can do better. I don't know. I mean, she's great is, as you can see, a lie. You can do better sounds a little bit patronizing. But, I don't know, I guess I'll take it.
You must see something in her that I don't.
Well, that's true. Quite often, too. But still, I'm surprised to hear you say that.
Iris is using you. Good luck to you both. Yeah, like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if he's actually aware of that. But even if he isn't, he might not actually believe me if I'm telling him. But whatever, let's give it a try.
You can't marry her. She told me she's using you for her own gain.
Is that so?
It is.
I knew she was special. To think I wasn't able to catch on. I can't wait to marry her.
Yeah. I kind
I'm
of thought
glad you
that
and
he
I
might
were
be
able to work together, Cassandra.
aware of it. Tell me what all this was for. Yeah, so are you going to marry her, yes or no?
So what was all of this for? Everything you had me do couldn't have been for nothing.
You've earned my trust. Are you sure you want to know?
Yes, okay, so is all of this like connected? All part of a greater plan? Now I'm actually curious, so tell me more about the package.
So that package in Corinthia.
I almost forgot about that. I needed to get rid of the Odoros to pay off a debt. Plus, I needed spies to infiltrate Vardas's command. Even though you didn't say Theodoros is the one who sent the package, I still managed to get what I want.
Well, good for you, I guess. And yeah, what about the politician? That was a weird one.
All right. What about the politician?
He was brilliant and opposed me. A fatal combination. So, he needed replacing. And I had a much dumber man perfect for the job. He survived the party and you got him home safely. But it didn't matter in the end.
Okay, it did matter. Why didn't it matter in the end? This part of the quest is still confusing to me. But yeah, tell me more about the Illoises.
The woman with the Illoises.
We talked about this. It wasn't about the woman, but her husband. He governs the trade routes between Attica and Mecharis. Or, I should say, I do now.
Okay, so this was all like a ploy to increase your influence. And yeah, what about your friend?
What about your friend? The one pretending to be a man?
That was out of the goodness of my heart.
Okay.
And God's curse anyone who doubts that.
I'm not doubting it. I'm willing to accept that sometimes you are able to do stuff out of selflessness and not for your own personal gain. So I'm willing to give you the benefit of a doubt here. Okay, so apparently all your plans worked out more or less well, so good for you, I suppose.
Heard enough.
Aren't you going to ask me about Iris?
Let me guess. Rich house, respected family. With her wealth, you can rule all of Athens.
Of course not. I marry for love. If those other things happen, well, I wouldn't complain.
I never would have guessed.
Each time everyone sees a more serious Alkibiadis. The Alkibiadis I've only shown glimpses of in the past. One day you'll see everything I was working toward. And you'll know you helped make it happen. Attica and lands far beyond will thank you, even if they don't know your name.
I'm glad I could help. I'll make sure you don't forget me when you lead Athens.
I'd never forget you. You're far too useful.
Yes, so I thought. Okay, so you're basically using each other. That's great, that's romantic. And I suppose he's mostly marrying to become more respectable in the eyes of the Athenians. And I mean, Akibiadis is going to become a pretty important statesman and general and so on, so I guess it worked for him. So, yeah, I suppose that may have been the last task we did for Alkibiadis. It was fun. I mean, I wish you would have told me a little bit more about all your plans and why you needed me, but, you know, I had fun, so I don't mind.
Just waiting for a
It's
chance to
such
perch,
a beautiful day, and there will be so many more to come. Thanks to you, Cassandra.
Well, I'm glad that it all worked out for you. I mean, you're kind of mischievous and shady, but at least you're significantly more charming than everyone else I met so far, and suddenly you just vanished into thin air. That was weird. But okay, I think I actually have enough for an episode now, so I'm going to make a cut here. I still would like to go into Boeotia in the next episode and maybe check out one of these artifact quests. So that's what we're going to do in the next episode, and then maybe go back to our main mission and meet with our mother. But yeah, for now, let's call it a day. As always, thank you for watching, and see you again next time.